Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about actually a question I get asked before, and that is, should you read your own book? And to that I say yes, definitely. You absolutely have to read your own book. Why do you have to read your own? Well, not because you're full of yourself, you're like, this is the best book ever and I gotta read it. I don't mean for that reason. There's a few reasons actually. In fact, what I'm reading right now. This one, I think this might be showing up backwards. Is that backwards? That could be that. Anyways, it could be recording backwards, but yeah, that's the book. If it's, Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Yes, you should read your own book. Why should you read your own book? Well, first and foremost, to see how it flows. Do you like how it flows? Is there something you could do differently? Is there something you could do better? Are you catching mistakes? And you know what? You're probably always going to catch mistakes or something you don't like or wish you'd done differently or whatever. I think that's the nature of being an artist in general. And yes, you will definitely find mistakes. You will find things you don't like, and you're gonna cringe. There's gonna be moments you're gonna cringe. I don't care how great your editor is, and I hear people, oh, my editor's so great. People miss things, and even if they don't, there's something you might see that you're like, oh, I should have just done that just a bit differently. I wish I had done this, or gave more of an explanation for that, or I don't know. You get the idea. So there's that. That's important. But you also see the things you did right. So, don't be too critical. Go through it, see things that are like, wow, I really like the dialogue here, and I like how this flows, and I really like the scene, and I like how this plot worked out. You see things you like, and you see your strengths. For me, that's usually dialogue, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And on top of that, I mean, there's you might see something and be like, wow, that was a pretty snappy line. I'm glad I put that. I like how I did that. I might have to do that a little bit more. Whatever it is. What else? Well, you get to see it through the reader's eyes. So if you read your book after it's out, after it's edited and all that, you're not going through that whole phase. You're in a different mindset. You see things a little bit differently. So you're reading the book and you're like, okay, this is how a reader's gonna view it. Somebody who never read my books before, somebody who doesn't know me from a hole in the ground. This is the first time they pick it up. This is what they see. And I do that sometimes. If somebody who's never read my books before say something like, oh, I just started blah, blah, blah. So I'll be like, I wonder what that's like to be picking that book up, never having read anything I wrote before. And I'll start reading. I know it sounds strange, but I'll start reading the first few pages. I'm like, oh, so this is how they're seeing it. This is how it's coming across. I mean, of course, their own opinions and tastes factor in, but I mean, I'm just kind of, from my point of view, kind of trying to see it through their eyes, if that makes sense. What else? Don't mind me, I have notes. I have to have notes. I sometimes don't have notes, and I finish, I'm like, shit, I forgot to say something about that. Errors, what can you do better? What can you do better? So when you're reading it and you think, that's okay, but I could do this so much better. I could do more of this. I could explain this better. I could describe this better. I could have a longer conversation, a shorter conversation. There's so many things that you start to see. And then, of course, if you're like me and you're writing a series, it's a great refresher. Because you're reading it and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that detail. It might give you ideas for your next book, or it might remind you of something you had forgotten that you pick up on and don't make an error. For example, I have a character that's celiac. I have to remember he's gluten-free, and I try to bring it up in the books once in a while. In rereading, stuff like that pops out at me, those little details that aren't huge in the grand scheme of things, but they're important when you're reading about the character. So I kind of like to focus on these little things and kind of make little mental notes, and it's just, it's good. It's good. What else? Refresher, what can you do better? I think that's pretty much it. Of course, you should also read your book because you worked really hard. You spent a lot of time on it. You did a lot of edits. You put everything you had into it. So why not read it and enjoy it like everyone else? What do you think, guys? Like, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell. If you hit the bell, you can automatically have my videos sent to your inbox. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.